now in 5 minutes, I can share a little bit more about myself. So I am a PharmD, and I work in a small French pharmaceutical company. I'm French of origin, and then went for an MBA. And then after that MBA, I almost immediately joined GSK. So it was 22 years ago. Worked for a few years in the GSK French organization in sales and marketing organization, and in the HIV disease area. It was fascinating. As I mentioned, GSK was at the forefront in the fight against HIV, working with patient association, with policymakers to make these drugs available as quickly as possible. And that was a fantastic experience. After a few years, I was offered to go to our global headquarters in London to take the responsibility of the European strategy for the HIV products, and help to launch some of our innovative drugs across Europe, defining the best strategy, access strategy, pricing strategy for these new assets. Then I was offered to move into a business development role for Europe, so looking for business development opportunities, assets that we could buy, and by then had the chance to have the opportunity to acquire the antithrombotics products from Sanofi, and then launch these products under the GSK banner across Europe. Fantastic experience as well, working with R&D, legal, finance, due diligence teams to make this deal a success. After that, I was offered to go back into a more operational role, and took the role of what we call commercial director. So in charge of all the commercial aspects for GSK in the local operating entity in the Netherlands. So I've led the teams in respiratory, in cardiometabolic, and the oncology. Grew the business of GSK in the Netherlands for a few years. And after that, I was offered the great opportunity to become what we call general manager, so in charge of the entire business of GSK in Puerto Rico. So you've probably heard about Puerto Rico lately because of Irma that just passed north of Puerto Rico, a small island in the Caribbean. But that was also a tremendous experience, being in charge of the full GSK business over there, working closely with colleagues in Latin America, but also colleagues in the US, dealing with government officials, and driving the business of GSK for a few years there. After that, another opportunity came up for me to move to the US and take the lead of the dermatology and neuroscience businesses for GSK in the US. That was also a very exciting time. We just acquired the dermatology business from a small company called Stifel back then, so we had to integrate the team and continue to manage the dermatology business there. So fantastic experience, and after a few years, then I was offered to take this global role here in Belgium, looking after commercialization of a broad range of vaccines. So look, it's been 22 years, but it feels like 2 or 3. It has been so diverse, so enriching, great number of challenges. There is not any day where I've thought, it was not a great idea to join this organization. Never been disappointed. always offered great support to continue my development, always challenged, stretched, and I think if that's the kind of thing you're looking for, and on top of that, in an organization that really focusing on doing good and doing well for people across the world, I think this is really a great place to be.